Want to know what Saturn in Pisces means for your zodiac sign? If you've been wondering what it really means when the Roman god of time and space flows through the waters of Pisces, then this video is for you. This isn't just a vibe shift, this is a complete rinse cycle for the soul. For the next 3 years, Saturn in Pisces is going to be rewriting your karmic blueprint. By washing away the illusions, the universe is asking if you are ready to align with your soul's true purpose. And yes, it's different for your rising sign and your moon sign. So stick around to the end because you're going to want to see this breakdown for your chart. Hello, my mystical friend. My name is Beth Hansen, and I am a certified True Sidereal astrologer. That means of the stars. And I'm here to help you weave the magic of those stars with the power of Mother Earth. This is all about getting this stuff into your daily life. In today's video, we're going to look at what it means when earthy Saturn jumps into the watery sea of Pisces. We'll discover how your rising sign is actually the blueprint that Saturn is refining for you right now. Next, we're going to look at how your moon sign shows how you will be feeling and experiencing and expressing this transit in your world around you. Then I will uncover how to bring this magic into your daily life by helping you create your own cosmic blueprint. And finally, we're going to go through all 13 signs, that's right, 13, and 5 magical elements through the lens of those so you can really tap into your personal power. And if you're wondering what the heck True Sidereal Astrology even is, well, I've got a freebie that you can snag by clicking the link below in the description, and I'll get that right to you. Bonus, you'll also be getting my weekly transit reports of what's happening in the sky every single week directly to your inbox, because then you can align with the true sky every day. Now let's dive right in. What really happens when Saturn jumps into the deep, deep sea of Pisces? Here's what you could see in the real sky above you. Saturn, the ruler of time, the material world, and discipline, has jumped into the deep end of Pisces. There is no shallow end. And here's where it gets interesting. Saturn isn't a big fan of swimming. Nope, he is not. And to make things even more intense, guess who's already hanging out there? Neptune, the god of the sea, able to stir things up even more. And during the summer of 2025, they are conjunct. Saturn and Neptune are conjunct. Wow, so we have matter fighting with the god of the sea. So both of them want to take the lead. So there's a lot of back and forth between these two energies and the element of earth in that deep sea of water. Now, Pisces is the sign of dreams, mysticism, surrender, and illusions. And Pisces is that super groovy energy that loves to go with the flow and just experience life on life's terms as it comes with an open heart. So what happens when all these energies get together? Well, we get a deep clean of the soul, a karmic redo, completely realigning everything in its path. Old illusions about the structure of your life start to dissolve, and all that's left is that framework. Now you get to decide how you're going to be working with it. It's getting scrubbed completely clean. You may feel a little disoriented at times, like you're working on a to-do list, but it's in an alien language, and that's okay. Just go with it and just say, okay, if my mind can't see it, my heart can understand it. And Saturn in Pisces is learning to trust the timing of the universe. It is not the director of time. It wants to be the clock, but it has to let go and say, you know what, the space-time continuum, it's a little wibbly wobbly right here. So trust and faith are everything, even when it feels like things, and especially when it feels like things are really starting to fall apart. You're shedding your old skin. You're getting rid of anything that will drag you down to the bottom of the sea and drown you in your insecurities. Because what's actually happening is that things are being restructured, stronger together than apart. This is a cycle of sacred responsibility. And I should know because I have Saturn in Pisces. Now, lucky for me, I didn't have Neptune there as well, but I am very familiar with how this all works. And try as you might, you can't staple water onto a wooden frame. What you end up having to do is sculpt your ideas and your new structure from the dream itself. It takes practice and a magical, mindful discipline. And what Saturn cleans out first, well, that depends entirely upon your rising sign. So that's the sign on the eastern horizon, the constellation on the eastern horizon. Let's take a look at a few examples. If you are an Aries rising, you're being asked not to get rid of your fire, but to let it simmer in this watery area and accept what needs to be washed away in this rinse cycle. Let it go, let it flow, and let's get things all scrubbed out and clean with that hot water wash. And if you're a Cancer rising, Saturn is really working on how you can refine your connection to the divine feminine through the maternal archetype. And what do you want to make of that? You might be shedding some old ideas of what creation and motherhood and nurturing are. And these are just a couple of examples. I'm going to be going through all 13 signs, and we're going to talk a little bit about how each one could affect you. And it's up to you to really dive deep and dig in. And remember, I am going to help you create that cosmic cheat sheet that will let you do that for you personally. So keep watching. All the good stuff is coming up. And how is your moon sign interacting with this? Well, where your rising sign was your karmic blueprint, this is how your soul is processing this experience emotionally and how you're expressing it on the day-to-day. This is what it feels like on the inside. This is your heart level work. And while Saturn is helping you work with the more external part, your moon sign is working on the inside stuff to create that more emotional intelligence and resilience. So focus on what you are feeling. Your moon will help you feel your way through and intuit your way through these next 3 years. And you're going to end up with a more superpowered psychic precision as a result of doing this work of dreams and seeing past the illusions. So drop your true sidereal moon sign in the comments and let me know how this information is hitting you right now. What are you expecting to achieve in the next 3 years or so? Are there any goals that you're going to be either diving into or looking at resetting completely and looking for something new? I always reply to early comments personally, so go ahead and drop it in and let's start a conversation. I got this beautiful journal. I don't know if you can see how sparkly and shiny it is. Yes. From a friend for my birthday, and I'll be using that over the next 3 years to really discover more about myself, since this is my natal placement and I am going through my Saturn return. Let's take a look at my little list here. So what we have here for you. First question. What am I ready to let go of to align to my soul's truth? Question number 2, where do I still carry illusions about my purpose, my relationships, or my idea of what makes a successful life? Question number 3, what would it look like to bring more spiritual discipline into my daily life? Question number 4, how am I being asked to mature emotionally? Where can I level up based on my moon sign? What dreams have I avoided out of fear, procrastination, or just plain feeling not good enough? Also, perfectionism. So really dig into this and find out what it is that you've been avoiding, that your soul has been like crying out for you to do. Number 6, this is where Saturn is really getting involved. How can I create a sacred structure that supports my intuition rather than limits it? And number 7, what am I being called to do in order to share in this collective healing and rebirth experience? Number 8, how can I embody the wisdom of this spiritual experience while maintaining a strong and clear framework for the future by using the elements in my chart? You can choose one to work each week. You can revisit them as many times as you want. I am going to be just putting one of these questions at the top of each page for 8 pages and see where I go from there. During this process, you'll probably find some new questions popping up for you. This is a wonderful opportunity for deep spiritual growth and deep personal relationship growth because it's about building structure and connecting those dots in the real world through your rising sign blueprint. And if you don't have a journal handy or you don't have anything to write down right now, just go ahead and grab my free PDF, and that'll give you a place to get started in understanding how the true sidereal stars work here on Mother Earth. Let's talk about how we can ground this cosmic current into your actual life based on your elemental alignment. This will resonate in 2 different ways. Your rising sign, the active structure that you're working on, the blueprint that you're rewriting, and the moon sign, your emotional and spiritual intelligence, the heart-based inner work that you're working on. How about if you drop what sign is resonating most strongly for you in the comments? I'm going to go through these element by element. So for fire signs, we have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Saturn is tempering your fire. It is not extinguishing it. You are honing a precise blade with each and every hammer, and then you put it in the water and it grows stronger and stronger and stronger. Every time you reheat and fold that metal, that earth stuff with your fire, you really are working that Saturn energy. So you're not extinguishing your fire. You are forging a new life for yourself. So be very intentional on how you use your fire energy, whether it is as a rising sign or as that internal moon sign. You're being asked by Saturn to grow up and be the adult in the room who stands up for what's right for yourself and others. Your boldness is needed, but you need to clarify what your intention is going to be at this time and what you're going to fight for. And one of the most courageous acts that you can have out there is the practice of patience. Now let's move to the earth signs, our Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So we've got some really strong energy rooting deep here, right? You might feel a friction between the practical and the mystical. These things don't seem to want to go hand in hand. Saturn is an earth-oriented, material, confident, strong, stable energy in the middle of water. You're being asked to ground your intuition into real-world spiritual practices. Yes, you can be a grounded spirit. You can be an earth magical warrior, because even the mountains move when you ask them to as an earth sign. This is a great time to create systems and habits that support you as you move forward into this watery energy. It'll help you float above the muck and the mire and have clear sailing ahead. So simplify your physical space, and that will help you with keeping your soul care practical and effective. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You have the mental agility to make ideas flow, but you're being asked right now to try and focus on just one thing at a time. It's a real challenge. This chattering mind business does like to take over, but you can put in place practices that will help you focus. Your mental agility is a great gift, but right now Saturn is asking you to channel that to create long-term impact. Think of it as you are wiring the motherboard of your life, especially Aquarius. And yeah, you can have those wild, innovative ideas, but focus it and you will have more impact in the world, and you are going to come out the other end of this a shiny, happy, super intense, mental, magical warrior. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces itself, well, you got this vibe down as part of your nature. Whether that's your rising sign or your moon sign or both, you do you, boo. Just check out your chart. Remember, I've got a free chart calculator in the description below, so if you get lost, you can find it there. So while you are vibing to this frequency, Saturn is coming in and trying to add some weight to what you have got going on, creating sort of an anchor to help you slow down and go in the direction you choose to go, rather than going with whatever the waves are pushing you. Sometimes that's good, but other times, Saturn's there to remind you that you get to make your choices. This is your time to hold your emotional and relationship boundaries and really start feeling into that intuition. You're going to come out the other end of this so much more beautiful and shiny and sparkly, and your waves will flow in a way they've never done before, because it's a clearing for you as well. And finally, we've got Ophiuchus. This is your chance to be able to be that midwife and help others give birth to what they need to give birth to. So while the collective is shifting in your capable guidance, Saturn allows you to bring structure to those spiritual downloads that you get on the regular and put them into good use and purpose. It's about usability and really shining and creating some containers for your wisdom. It's up to you getting into nature and maybe teaching a few things to other folks from your deep wisdom born from the school of hard knocks and transformation that you have gone through and come out the other side from the galactic center in Ophiuchus. So that is the fifth element of spirit. But here I have 5 little tips for how you can take some action with all of this. Whatever your sign, you can work with whatever element you want. So for fire, might I suggest, if you want to break an old habit or get something out of your life once and for all, write it down on a piece of paper. Light it on fire. Make it a ritual. Make it simple. You do you, boo. I'm always about that. You need to do your own thing. And then let's take a look at Earth. Earth, plant a seed, do some gardening, do it with sacred intention, calling upon your moon or rising sign. And you could also plant a stone, create a ring of protection around your home, whether it's inside or outside, by putting some stones in the windows. The third thing I want to say is, do some grounded walking, barefoot if you can, with intention, or you can just touch ground. It's up to you. Okay, air. Air, speak your truth. Visualization is your superpower. As you want, whatever you want to manifest, do that nightly visualization of I see myself, and see who you want to be, and create what you want to do in your mind every night. And when you wake up in the morning, you say, okay, these are the things I want to do today, and how do they align with my vision? Water. This is your time to scry it out with tarot or with an oracle. You can also scry directly by gazing into a dark bowl of water, or take a nice little walk down by the river, or splash your feet along the beach, and you can get some grounding there, and you can connect with the water mother that way. Whatever you want to do, water, you can do. Just know that you have a beautiful flow, and your intuition is resting in Pisces as a superpower. You can draw on this energy, especially because Neptune's going to be there the whole time. So you can tap into God level energy of that superpower. Okay. And spirit, well, of course, Ophiuchus, and we all have all 13 signs in our chart. So just because there isn't a planet or placement in our Ophiuchus for you, just take a look at where it is, the house it's landing on, and create your own spiritual adventure. Whether it is looking up at the night sky and discovering how nice it is to go for a long walk with a friend and do that stargazing thing. Or just simply bathe in the moonlight and allow the celestial bodies to shine down upon you. It's okay. People do it all the time. So if this video got you curious about how all this true sidereal shiny star magic works, well, then if you haven't already, download my free PDF, Unlock the New Zodiac, and that will set you up with what you need to get started. And it's right there, linked in my description. Oh, and also, since you've been here this long, if you have downloaded my PDF at any time, put down in the comments Zodiac Unlocked. That way I know you watched all the way through the video through this point, and you're part of my star family, okay? And here we are at the beginning of a 3-year cosmic cleanse. Whether you're healing, rebuilding, or creating something completely new with your life, Saturn in Pisces is using their respective superpowers together in order to make that happen. And you can be a partner with them. Do the dance, and you will reap the rewards of joy and understanding and a deeper connection to your path and purpose, in thanks to Pisces and Saturn. Now that you know what Saturn and Pisces means for your moon and rising signs, you might be wondering, hey, what's this I've heard about Jupiter being in Gemini in True Sidereal? What does that mean for me and my zodiac sign? Well, it all starts with watching this video right up here. And when you pair that with what you just learned, you're gonna be able to work that magic in a whole new dimension.